Welcome to LOBEcast. We are going to review the top 5 at each position. We might even look at the top 10 for certain positions, but we're going to start at quarterback first. Welcome in Leroy and welcome in Ryan and your host, me, Cruz. We are here. We're going to take you through these real quick. All right.
Go.
Top 10 at QB. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patty Mahomes, Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Kyler Murray, Geno Smith. Tua's right there, Joe Burrow. We're going to run through these real quick. What do you guys, what comes off to the top of your head? This is the quarter of the season. What do you guys see here that's like, oh, I did not see this guy at,
Well, the top three seem standard. The Jared Goff at 4. Talk to me about this, Leroy. What do you think about Jared Goff being at number 4?
That's surprising. I didn't have much faith in the Lions' offense, to be honest. But they're surprising me.
Yeah, rostered in only 56% of the leagues, ranked number 5 right now. Dude had a great game last week. This shows how important an offensive line is.
Well, it shows how much a running game helps the offense. I mean, that running game over there it's been amazing this year to watch.
Yeah, so that Jamal Williams, right?
Yep, and DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, so Jamal Williams had 2 touchdowns in 3 of the last 4 games. We'll get to him soon. But you think a lot of the credit should go to this running scheme that they have going on? Is it zoned? Do any of you guys know? Is it a zone run-based scheme or what? We probably don't know anything about the Lions, to be honest.
Well,
none of us really are close to the
because
Lions.
I was on the same page as Leroy. I didn't give almost anybody on their offense any credit. I was like,
No, our whole league did not want to draft Lions, you can tell. But I had to go out there and pick Mr. Goff up, as you can see the minus right here. I have him for my Save the Dolphins squad. I just played him last week. He got me a lot of points. Was not good enough because my whole team is hot garbage. But we're not going to talk about that right now. That's for another cast. Stay tuned.
Hot garbage cast.
All right, so the Lions are obviously the odd one in this group, and I would also say the guy right under him, Jalen Hurts. If you were to tell me that Jalen Hurts is a top 6 quarterback right now at the beginning of the league, or this year, I would have said no way. Probably not, buddy.
Using his legs. Look at them touchdown numbers and rushing.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at his weekly. Wow.
It's winning weeks for people.
That's a big reason why Lamar and Josh Allen are number 1 and number 2.
Right.
Yeah, very true.
They can use their
running
legs.
Quarterbacks are a big deal in fantasy football.
The rushing yards, the touchdowns coming from the running. It's very nice. This last game, Jacksonville wrapped him up quite a bit.
Think about this with rushing quarterbacks. They're almost like, you know how you'll have running backs that'll come in at goal line and vulture a touchdown? It drives you crazy because your stud did all the work. Well, a rushing quarterback can do the exact same thing for the team.
Yeah.
So you don't even need that goal line back because you have Lamar Jackson. Because you have Josh Allen that can just bootleg and ram it in there. Because you have Jalen Hurts. And that's where you'll get those touchdown numbers. You get a little bit of a boost every week. Oh, I got an extra 30 yards rushing that someone else didn't. Or they rip off a nice one and get 90 yards like Jalen got there for week 1.
So it's interesting. Jalen on here on NFL says that the rank is number 3. So maybe our league has the scoring system just different enough to put him not at number 3 and just below Jared Goff.
Yeah, so we value touchdowns at 6 points. NFL standards are at 4 points.
Okay, so that would change a lot. So
Yeah.
the
So
running
passing
quarter.
touchdowns are a big deal
Yeah.
for us in comparison to other leagues. So yeah, his rushing touchdowns make him significantly higher in a standard league because he has so many.
Yeah, that's nice. I need to start considering that when I'm in other leagues, but I've always based my fantasy drafting and everything off the value of our league, so my other leagues kind of suck. But
Rushing
we've been doing
quarterbacks
this
in
league
a
15
standard
years.
4 point for touchdown leagues are even bigger deal. Which is one of the reasons why we have it at 6 points, so it's not such a big deal.
Yeah,
I think
I
in
remember we were
a
talking about
standard
that.
league of 4 points for passing, Lamar, Hurts, Allen, they would just trump everybody all the time.
It was a big thing when we
Murray,
were
if
trying
you
to
could
come
call
up
him.
with the stats.
Mhm.
Like what should a guy get when he throws a passing touchdown? And we didn't want the running quarterbacks to completely dominate the league. Where some leagues they do. Let's go ahead and move on to running back real quick. Well, Geno Smith. Let's talk about Geno Smith real quick. I
Yeah,
didn't
throw
see it
Gino in
coming.
here.
You know, Geno being higher than Russell Wilson by
You would
like a
expect
significant
Russell
amount.
Wilson to be in that spot, not Geno Smith, now
That's
wouldn't you?
20 points higher than our boy Russ.
Pete
I
Carroll's
got
laughing his ass off right now.
Yeah, he is. He's top 10. He's 9 in a regular fantasy league.
that last game propped him up quite a bit.
Oh yeah, 37, almost 38 points in our league.
Look
That's
at the
really
rushing.
good. Yeah.
The rushing yards helps him a lot.
Leroy, you trying to trade this guy? All right, we'll get on to that later. Running back. Your boy Nick Chubb. He leads our league. Our league is definitely touchdown heavy. We value the touchdowns. The receptions here are half point, so that's why Saquon isn't at the top.
Correct.
But the outlier here is Jamal Williams, and we were talking about that Lions
Absolutely.
offense, and the Lions offensive line is looking great right now.
He's got 6 touchdowns on the year.
Let's go ahead and look at him a little bit more in depth for the last 4 weeks. 2 touchdowns in 4 of the
It's
last.
just the touchdowns, man. He's
3
the
of the
goal
last 4
line
games.
guy. He's just getting touchdown after I don't think it's sustainable. That's what's scary about him. Just looking at it like, that's a lot of touchdowns.
I think we lost Leroy.
I've seen that. Sure, he will be back.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler. That's all about the same. We all expect
Yeah.
that.
Nothing too crazy. And Josh Jacobs being up there isn't a total surprise. James Robinson being that high, I wouldn't have guessed even in the top 15. I think he makes it at like number 9 there or something.
Yeah, that's an outlier. And Khalil Herbert, like you wouldn't think that they would be up there.
Khalil just had a monster week that really shoved him up there.
He's fun to watch. I need to watch more of his. All right. I need to watch more of his runs because I've only seen the ones he's broken big runs for, and it'd be interesting what he's doing on average. Have you seen him in any games? Have you watched any Bears?
I haven't watched any Bears games because I don't really like their offense, but I would assume that Montgomery is the person that should really be there. It's just that he's hurt. If he had all the work from not being hurt the last 2 weeks, I'm sure he'd be way up there.
So,
Because that Bears offensive line's pretty good.
man, Cordero Patterson was doing so good before he hit IR.
He was a pass catch heavy team back. It was kind of strange.
Oh, he's doing, man, his rushing 141 rushing yards against Seattle, 120 rushing yards against New Orleans. Oh, that's rough. Who had him in our league? Oh, Jimmy.
Yep. We got
Wow.
taken at the knees.
Yeah, so that, I mean, this looks about how we would expect it.
Yeah. Couple surprises, but nothing crazy.
I mean, Damian
The
Pierce,
probably
I didn't see him
wilder
coming
is if
out.
you went down some and saw some players that you would expect to be up there, but they're not.
Oh, yeah, we could talk about that all day. I think
Dalvin Cook. Ooh.
Najee.
Najee.
And then we go over here. We're going to see my boy that I drafted really high, Zeke Pollard. I drafted way after him. I mean, these are definitely some crazy times for running back. The drop off is huge, and when we go to see the points on wide receiver for the next page, for it's probably still sustained pretty high. Yeah, see, 30s in the mid 40s. We go back to the running back. Man, it's low
Ups on the
20s.
20s.
Oh man.
His backups, man.
Yeah. And wide receiver depth is there. So it makes sense that why running backs go so early.
Yeah, because if you have those studs, it's a big deal. If you can get them. So wide receiver is pretty chalk, right? Cooper Kupp, Diggs, Hill, Justin Jefferson. Waddle's a bit of a surprise.
Waddle
I mean,
is quite the surprise. I would, as a
I thought
Dolphins
he'd be
fan,
in
I
the
wouldn't
top
have known.
12, but he's knocking it out of the park. The fact there's 2 Miami wide receivers in the top 10, that blows my mind.
Yeah. See,
Not
that's
expect-
kind of my thing. That's why it's like I wouldn't have known, because I didn't expect the Dolphins to come out fucking swinging like this. I expected more the typical Dolphin play. It's really nice to see McDaniels doing his thing. It's fun to watch a Dolphins game again, and I hadn't been wanting to watch Dolphins games for years. It's like, man, what are we gonna do on a 3rd and long? Throw a nice little screen or a dunk pass to 2 yards down the field? Like,
We don't have a quarterback that can drive it.
dude, it was terrible. I mean, it's been horrible for the last 20 years for the Fish. We've had one or two good years. 3, it's been not very fun to watch them.
I still think, your curse will end when you guys stop parading around the fact you were undefeated.
Oh no, that'll never end.
Stop doing that, baby. You guys could win again.
It's
You
been
wouldn't
50
have wasted
years.
away Dan
It's
Marino.
been like almost 50 years for them. I feel like they need to get over
You
it.
need to tell Shula to shut up, or you'll never win again.
No, I don't. I think it's more about Marino, man. We did him so dirty. It's the Marino
Christian
curse.
Kirk being in the top 10, that's a surprise for sure.
Oh yeah, and Hollywood Brown. I wouldn't expect this. Leroy was. It's crazy. Leroy had to leave though. He's going to get his tires done, so he's gonna go. He'll be back. He's got to pick up his car. But so he had them, and he had been saying, "Yo, I think Hollywood Brown, Christian Kirk are gonna have a hell of a year." I'm like, "Yeah, just because you drafted them, you think they're gonna be the hottest thing ever?" And he's like, "No, that's why I drafted them." And dude, he was right the whole time.
right.
He said that at the beginning of the year. It's unbelievable, but Leroy's got probably the best wide receiving core next to Ice Up, maybe. Ice Up being possibly the best. Leroy's got the second best, if not the best. He's got AJ, he's got Hollywood Brown, Christian Kirk, and this is all in the top 15.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown. Killing it. Let's take a look at... I mean, how are you doing over there with Stephon Diggs?
It's been nice riding the Stephon Diggs. He had a down week this past week. So that didn't feel good. But it's been nice. Not gonna lie.
Damn, 40 points in one game.
He's propped up a little bit from that. Yeah, 3 touchdowns. It's
always
mammoth.
possible. The ceiling is nice.
Yep. The ceiling is nice.
Chris Olave, wouldn't have seen that coming.
Yeah, rookie
Did
off
not
to
see
a
that
hot
coming.
start like that? Nah, wouldn't have seen that coming.
If you saw that coming, you knew something I didn't know.
And he was doing good in training camp, but you hear that all the time out of rookies, and he's got the opportunity to be great, and he's taking it.
So why is Jamar Chase sucking right now? What's the deal here?
I mean, would you really call that sucking? I mean, is he in a lull? Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible?
No. He's putting up
Just
points.
want him to be like,
Look, you want
he's
10
probably
points out
getting
of your
double.
player at least. At least. Well,
He's doing
at least in
that.
this league. But because we're very generous with our points, and we got defensive players that make a lot of points in this league. So your main hitters have to hit, because we got defensive players in this league that we try to position them in the point where it's their top 15 or 20. It looks similar to like what a top 15 or 20 would look like for a running back. We try to give them as much points as that. That way, running back kind of gets less valued in our league.
So you can't just be the running back king and then win it out. There's other ways to win.
Because that has basically how it's been. You have the best running back in our league, maybe the best two of the top 5 running backs usually win in our league.
Tight ends.
Tight
Probably
ends.
only need to do like the top 5 because
Yeah,
tight ends are so bad. I have almost want to get rid of them, but the top 4
I want to do them as a flex.
generally a really right. Drop the tight end possession, put the flex up. You can play Kelsey if you want to there.
We need to put it in the discussion. I'm going
I
to go
have
ahead,
tried to
take
get
a moment.
People don't want to do it. I hate the fact that you have to play 12 of these guys every week. Because go down to number 12.
Oh, God. Do we
Fast.
have to? All right, hang on.
3, 4, 3.
Yeah, you're looking at my guys.
Waller?
Najee, or Njoku, and Tyson Hill.
Oh my God!
Oh,
You're
that's top
forcing
20.
people to play
Oof. Will Disley, what's he?
Disley.
He's
No
10.
way.
Okay.
So Njoku.
Njoku.
Is a good play. Look at his points.
That's not bad.
That's
but the
a
first
top-
2 weeks can come up any week. Any week with him, I feel like.
You can't tell me you're happy with that. But I don't like the fact in our league that it's a good play to play this guy. I don't like that.
I mean, this Will Disley is already a better play, it looks like. Conklin? Or Conklin? Conklin? Yeah, they like him over there in New York.
It's just sad. Those points are so sad. Was that 25
Yeah.
points?
I mean, you get the top 5, you're good. Top 3,
Kelsey,
really.
Andrews, Hawkinson had a monster week. That's the only reason why he's up there. And the other guys are just getting a touchdown and some yardage here and there.
Wow.
It's really just the
Hawkinson with
top 2.
179 yards in one game, 2 touchdowns. What a
It's
stud.
really just Kelsey and Andrews. That's it. And
Yeah.
the rest of them, put them in a hat, shake it about, pull out a name.
Should we talk defense unit? Let's take a look at the top 5 real quick. Buffalo Bills, Niners, Eagles, Buccaneers, Jaguars. Yeah, I'm real surprised at the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Surprised.
This is a big one.
I don't know if they were even drafted. I'm sure they weren't.
I doubt it. I doubt anyone drafted them.
All right, let's move on. Defensive linemen. So as you can see, the top 3 have scored 50+ points. This
Which is pretty comparable
similar
to running
to
back.
Running back, yeah. Let's go see what running back does in our league. Okay, well, more like comparable to tight end. But it is defensive lineman. All right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
true.
It's just the
Defensive
defensive
linemen
Yeah.
are very volatile because it's all really dependent on the sack.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the sack is where you're trying to get points out of. Our league gives 3 points for sack, but if it's a deep sack, and you'll get more points for the yard. So that's how you can get some crazy points here. See, Nick Bosa's got 41 yards with his sacks, so that adds up nicely in our league. The tackles for
Fumble
losses
is like a point or two, right, for causing a fumble.
Mm-hmm.
So like a strip sack fumble, that's a big play.
Huge. And if
They're
you strip
pretty
sack
rare.
touchdown, you're getting like a lot of points in our league. It's
Oh
crazy.
man, that'll win you a whole matchup. Just that.
That's a very nice play to have.
A play that seems so odd, like rare, super rare.
It's a home run hit, man. Just like,
It's
yes!
a real.
Let's
like,
go!
And and if for some reason you had the defense that player was on,
Oh,
also
man.
on that. Oh,
That's
man,
what happened
it's
for
like-
me week 1. That's why I won against Ben. My team was not coming to play. My defensive
yeah,
unit, the Steelers, and I had Minka went ahead and fucking balled out. So I had like a synergy of like 70 points between the two or some shit like that. Just the two players.
It can get wild.
So linebacker, that point-wise is a little bit less than the defensive line, but it's more consistent throughout the rest of it. So we're like they're getting 40 points quite a bit, probably all the way to the top 20, where the defensive line it dropped off quite quick.
You ain't getting sacks, you ain't making it.
Yeah. So here it's about tackles. You get 1 point per tackle, and then like we were saying with tackles for loss, you're getting more, with the yards and all that stuff. Right here, this Frankie Louvu, I don't know how to say his name. Leroy has him. I did not expect this dude to be this high. Never heard of him.
Tackles, man. He's tackling the machine right now.
Yeah, 25 tackles, 7 assists, 5 for a loss, an interception, and it went for a touchdown.
You could have a totally different style of linebacker in our league and still be relevant. Like number 5 on the list is that
Rashad
Gary, and he only has 11 tackles, but he's back there sacking the quarterback 5 times so far.
Yeah, you got him up there at top 5.
Also find players like he's not up there right
Khalil
now,
Mack.
but Lil Mack, who's pretty close, but also Von Miller, especially back in the day. Wouldn't have high tackle numbers, but his sacks would carry him.
Yeah, Micah Parsons is here. Nah, he's kind of low, but he'll go up throughout the year. Defensive back. Oh, this is where I got all of them at the top 5. Wonder who's been utilizing that.
Trying to. I don't know if it's really working since you haven't won much.
Yeah, you got a good point there. Haven't been winning. Doesn't count. Really, Snead is the guy you want right there. Holy crap.
That's the guy, apparently. Look at them tackles.
Yeah, 28 tackles, 3 sacks,
Linebacker,
one tackle for a loss. He got fumble recoveries or forced fumbles and a fumble recovery.
Sacks, yeah, like you said.
He's hitting the whole enchilada.
He's
doing the whole thing.
He's literally the honey badger.
Yeah.
He's putting up those kind of numbers.
Oh, there's my Javon Holland. Wish she was doing a little bit better. I'd pick him up.
Derwin James was just slightly better too.
Yeah, he sniped him in the draft from me. I'm still salty. But
I bet.
seeing the way he's been playing, you can have him.
Ah, come on. He ain't doing that bad.
My Minka was the pick of the draft.
Well, one game will really sail you up there, sir.
Minka saved me. I'm so happy for that pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Overall, there was a few standouts.
Yeah,
All these
Donovan
players,
Wilson I just picked up. Mike Edwards, I picked up a while back, but this Cowboys guy is getting tackled like crazy. 27.
They're safeties. Like him and Snead are both safeties, correct?
Yeah.
Your strong safety will always stand out like a sore thumb when you look at the numbers. You're like, oh my goodness, why is this person getting so many? Oh, he's their strong safety. That makes sense. He's playing cleanup.
So when we go to all offense, the first guy that is not a quarterback is Cooper Kupp, and then it's Diggs, and then Chubb. So these guys are league winners.
Oh, if you have one of those guys, you are doing really good. If you by chance have two, you are a stud as far as your roster. And if you were 2-2 with those top players, it would be a very sad tragedy.
Yeah, I would.
Ben.
Oh,
man.
well, welcome to the cast. If this is your first time, we really just kind of go over our league, but we're open to having some other people come in and get some ideas off of us. And we hope that this has been informational to any of you, and come join us on the next cast.
So
Later.